Councillors, you may be seated. Councillors, it's 10 o'clock. We're going to proceed. Welcome to all the councillors and our guests. Especially the award recipients, the media officials, members of the public, link in via the YouTube live stream link. A very special welcome to this special Civic Honours ceremony. Can we please now all observe a moment's silence? Thank you. Councillors, before we proceed, you need to register your attendance at the meeting. And so can you please insert your cards into the clip to register? Okay, there we go. Thank you. We are quorate, so we will proceed. We move to item 2, which is the leave of absence. Chief Whip. So, councillors, we accept all leave applications which were submitted to the Chief Whip's office for the meeting today, and the Chief Whip will ensure that the Secretariat receives a copy of all of those for inclusions in the minutes. And now, councillors, you will recall that Council took a decision on the 30th of July 2025, item number CIC 8/7/25, to confer awards on deserving members of the community, and today's special ceremonial council meeting was therefore called for the award ceremony for both Civic Honours as well as the Mayor's Medal as agreed by Council. In terms of the notice given, I now declare that the special ceremonial council meeting is duly constituted and open. I call on the Executive Mayor to address Councillor Haynes. This is a special meeting.
I know, Speaker. I received the notice. I just wanted to be sure that I understand you correctly, or understood you correctly. That we must just forward the list of apologies.
They should have been in, but you can speak to the Chief afterwards if they're not in.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so I call on the Executive Mayor of the City of Cape Town, Alderman Jordan Hill-Lewis, to address the House.
Madam Speaker, Aldermen, Councillors, Madam Chief Whip of the Opposition, in the absence of the Leader of the Opposition, fellow residents of Cape Town, all of our most honoured guests joining us here today, award recipients, and their families and friends who join us in the gallery. you are all warmly welcome here at the city of Cape Town. Goeiemorgen, molweni, assalamu alaikum, shalom, good morning. Ladies and gentlemen, colleagues, before we begin with the business of this morning, a very happy occasion, we also must take a moment to pay tribute to a very brave member of our Metro Police, Constable Tyler Lamb, who lost his life in the line of duty just 1 week ago. Officer Lamb was tragically killed during the pursuit of suspects in Kensington on the 7th of November. He was a husband just for a year, a father, and a son to people who loved him dearly. And he was a loyal and committed colleague of the City of Cape Town and of the Cape Town Metro Police, and to his fellow Metro Police officers. The suspects in his death have all been arrested, and we will ensure that they are held accountable. On behalf of all of the City of Cape Town and all of her residents, I offer our deepest condolences to his family, his friends, and his colleagues. We hold his wife, Levine, his parents, Mr. and Mrs. Alexander, and his young son, Leo, in our prayers. And I want our colleagues to note that Alderman Smith will be attending his memorial service, which is taking place at the same time as this ceremony today. So he will leave in about an hour's time to attend on behalf of the city. And I ask now, Madam Speaker, that we observe a moment of silence and that we rise in memory of Metro Police Officer Tyler Lamb. Thank you very much. We will never forget him. Colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, this morning we continue the revival we have started of a time-honored and important and wonderful civic tradition in our city. This morning is a wonderful occasion as we gather in our council chamber for this special ceremonial council meeting convened to honor a number of truly remarkable Cape Townian residents. The bestowing of civic honors is one of my favorite occasions, as it allows us to turn the spotlight away from the politics of the day and onto the incredible deeds and accomplishments of Cape Townians who have done us all extremely proud and who inspire us in our city with their work and their legacies. I want to extend, on behalf of the city and all of our residents, a warmest Cape Town welcome to all of our special guests this morning, including their friends and families up in the gallery. We're delighted to have you all here for this special celebration. We are also joined this morning in this ceremony by our city manager, Mr. Lungelo Mbandazayo, who will read out the citations of our honors recipients. As councillors know, this tradition sadly fell by the wayside for more than a decade, until we revived it 2 years ago in 2023. I said at the time that this would become a regular fixture once again, a biennial occurrence that starts with a public call for nominees and then culminates in this special council meeting. It is now almost exactly 2 years since we last bestowed civic honors on some of our most exceptional and beloved citizens. And today we are very proud and honored to be able to do so again. You will recall that there are different categories of civic honors that can be bestowed by this council. The highest and rarest of these honors is the granting of the freedom of the city to an individual, an organization, or a military unit. And I will touch more on this particular award in a minute. Then there is the signing of the Civic Honors Book, where the honoree is invited to inscribe their names next to a citation of their achievements in a book that dates back literally hundreds of years and will always be kept in safekeeping by the City of Cape Town. A wonderful artifact. The Mayor's Medal then recognizes outstanding service by people or groups across a range of different fields, including community affairs, conservation, cultural affairs, economic affairs, extraordinary bravery, recreation and sport, social affairs, and social services and youth affairs. As we did last time around in that previous special council meeting, we will be bestowing two different types of civic honors this morning: the signing of the Civic Honors Book and the awarding of the Mayor's Medal. When we did this in 2023, we had some catching up to do, and so our list of recipients signing the Civic Honors Book was long. On that occasion, we had no less than 13 individuals recorded in the book. This time around, we are bestowing this honor on 4 individuals. Regrettably, not all of them could join us this morning, as they are currently scattered around the globe, doing the very things that earned them this recognition. But we are delighted to have some here in person, and to have family members of the others here to receive their honors on their behalf. We also have Mayor's Medal recipients with us here this morning, which is testimony to both the depth of Cape Town's incredible spirit of volunteerism, as well as the engagement and enthusiasm of the Cape Townians who nominated them. And I must take a moment to thank the many thousands of Cape Townians who sent in nominations in our public participation and nomination process. There will be 18 Mayor's Medals recipients handed over this morning to individuals and organizations across many of these categories that I've mentioned. One thing that you will notice about both the Civic Honors Book recipients and signatories, as well as the Mayor's Medal recipients, is how well represented our sporting heroes are. This is because sports plays such a huge role in our society, far bigger than in most other countries. Here, it's not simply about athletic achievement and winning competitions. In South Africa, sport is the big unifier of our people and a pathway out of despair and towards hope for so many. Our sporting heroes and teams have done more to bridge divides between people and build a shared sense of national purpose and pride than just about anyone and anything else. And this is why they hold such a special place in our hearts and why we hold them in such high regard. And let's be fair, our country has had a pretty good run of late in the international sporting arena. Bafana Bafana have qualified for the FIFA World Cup. Our Protea ladies have made us extremely proud by reaching the final of their recent World Cup. Our Springbok women's team outdid all expectations by reaching the World Cup quarters, where they lost in a great match to the Black Ferns of New Zealand. And our men's cricket team continue to do us proud across all 3 formats of the game, including winning our first ever Test Championship trophy. And of course, there's our high-flying, #1 ranked, back-to-back World Cup winning Springboks, who continue to dominate Test match rugby around the world and are currently putting up a fantastic show in their outbound tour, led by our inspirational and now 100-cap-strong captain, Captain Siya Kolisi. It is indeed a great time to be a sports fan in Cape Town and in South Africa. Seeing all those men and women flying the South African flag so proudly and speaking so passionately about representing this country and what it means to them tells you all you need to know about the role that sports plays here. They are wonderful role models for our children. They conduct themselves with grace and dignity, whether in victory or in defeat. And they always place their country and its people ahead of their own ambitions. That is why 2 of our 4 Civic Honors signatories this morning are legendary Cape Town sports hero Jacques Kallis, the greatest cricket all-rounder to have ever played the game of cricket, earning him the well-earned moniker King Kallis. And of course, Themba Bavuma, South Africa and Cape Town's beloved cricket captain and Langa's proudest son. We are also extremely proud to recognize what is surely one of the greatest internationally acclaimed filmmakers in South Africa, perhaps the greatest, Mr. Oliver Hermanus, as well as a man who has played a huge role in our democracy as a political leader, diplomat, and public intellectual, Mr. Tony Leon. Unfortunately, neither Tony, Themba, nor Jacques can be with us this morning. Themba is taking on the Indians in India as we speak, and I see the score is going well this morning already. and we wish him the very best of luck. And Jacques and Tony are also overseas. But we celebrate and honor all of them in their absentia. When it comes to the Mayor's Medal recipients, we have a remarkable gathering of Cape Town heroes in our council chamber this morning. These are people or organizations who have made extraordinary contributions to Cape Town or specific communities within the city through selfless service or outstanding contribution to public life. The huge range of nominations that came in for this award, literally thousands, speaks to the indomitable spirit of Capetonians and their capacity to help build our city of hope for all. Here we have sporting heroes current and past. We have heroes of the big screen, the TV screen, and the stage. We have economists and academics, singers and custodians of the performing arts. We have Cape Town's oldest rugby club, philanthropists and science pioneers. And we have an incredible representation of environmental and social heroes, from our globally acclaimed Two Oceans Aquarium, our mountain rescue heroes, to some truly remarkable people who help house and feed our most vulnerable residents, as well as the volunteers who took it upon themselves to preserve very specific parts of our city's natural heritage and environment. Each of these people or groups has made a profound positive contribution to their fellow Capetonians. And through the awarding of the Mayor's Medal, we want to say to them that although public recognition is never what drove them forward, we see them, we appreciate them, and we honor them. Colleagues, I want to also touch briefly on a civic honors recognition that has us all extremely excited, and that is the awarding of the Freedom of the City. This will not be part of this morning's program. We will be conducting a separate and very special ceremony in January, to which, of course, all of our aldermen and councillors will be invited. But Council has already endorsed the decision to bestow this highest possible civic honor on two of Cape Town's most beloved and cherished citizens. I am speaking, of course, of David Cromer and the late Talib Peterson. Individually, each of these two musicians produced an incredibly rich catalogue of music, but it is perhaps when they worked together as a collaborative duo that they will be best remembered. Through beautifully crafted theatre productions like District 6 the Musical and Cat and the Kings, they told Cape Town stories of heartbreak, injustice, belonging, resilience, and more, with the kind of deep tenderness and understanding that only comes with a deep connection to all of those communities. We are extremely excited to bestow this honor on them early next year, and we have had an unbelievably wonderful and warm public response since we announced their nomination. And I know that many of you will share in our anticipation for that ceremony. In the case of Talib Peterson, the award will obviously be made posthumously and will be accepted by his family following his tragic passing in 2006. But David Cromer will be there in person to receive the Freedom of the City, after which the two of them will take their place alongside heroes of Cape Town like President Nelson Mandela and Archbishop Desmond Tutu. That will be one of our first meetings of 2026, and I cannot think of a better way to usher in the new year. Colleagues, I do not need to tell you that this city that we all love so dearly, Cape Town, is a very special place. It is rightly considered among the great cities of the world. We are very blessed, all of us, to call this city our home. And it's our privilege to serve the people of Cape Town and to work towards making it even better for everyone who lives here. But what makes Cape Town great is not just the incredible natural beauty, the history, the location, the commerce, the industry, or the endless attractions and things to do here. What makes Cape Town truly great is the way that her people step up to serve and represent her to the world. There is a deep, deep sense of civic pride among Capetonians and a sense of selfless duty wherever you go from corner to corner of our city. Many Capetonians are talented and humble and generous and give of themselves and of their time. Whether they shine through their art or their skills or their service, their intellectual discourse, their acts of kindness, or their fierce loyalty to their community, Cape Townians have a way of lifting up the city, lifting it high, and making us incredibly proud. Today, it is our honor to recognize some of those outstanding individuals. They will be here to receive these medals today and to sign the Civic Honors book. But I also want to take a moment to say thank you to every single Cape Townian who may not be in this council chamber this morning, but who also plays their part in making our city great, making a positive contribution in their community or even in their street, and doing small but important things to make life better for everyone around them. So to all of our Civic Honors recipients and to all of our great Cape Townians, thank you for serving our great city. You make us proud and you give us hope for the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Can I, okay. So can I ask that the city manager kindly proceed to the lectern, as we will now proceed with the conferment of awards as per the agenda. Thank you. We move on to item 5. Councillors, please. We move on to item 5, which is the signing of the Civic Honours book. And I now call upon the Civic Honours recipients to step forward to receive their awards. Thank you. Thank you. We will now proceed with the conferment of the Civic Honours Awards and the signing of the Civic Honours book. Council bestows this honour upon a living person or in memory of a deceased person who is or was a citizen of Cape Town and who deserves recognition for his or her lengthy and purposeful public service to the city of Cape Town in any field of social, community or civic interest. Mr. City Manager, will you please read out the commendation for the first recipient?
Thank you, Speaker. Good morning, councillors, as well as the guests, as well as the recipients of the awards. The first person to read commendation for is Jack Callis. Jack Henry Callis is considered by many to be the greatest all-rounder cricketer in the history of the game, and is one of the Cape Town's most celebrated sporting sons. Born in Pinelands, Cape Town, in 1975, Callis attended Wynberg's Boys High School, where his extraordinary talents as batsman, bowler and fielder were evident from an early age. He began his professional career with Western Province in 1993 before being selected to represent the national team in 1995. What followed was a career of unprecedented achievement and consistency across all formats of the game, spanning 19 years at international level. Statistically, Callis is unmatched as an all-rounder in Test cricket. He scored 13,289 runs at an average of 55.37, including 45 centuries, and he took 292 wickets at an average of 32.65. In one-day internationals, he amassed 11,579 runs and claimed 273 wickets. He is the only cricketer in history to have scored more than 10,000 runs and taken more than 250 wickets in both Test and ODI formats. The recipient of numerous accolades, including ICC Cricketer of the Year, multiple South African Cricketer of the Year awards, and induction into the ICC Cricket Hall of Fame in 2020, Kallis has represented Cape Town and South Africa with dignity and excellence throughout his career. However, his contribution extends beyond his playing achievements. In 2005, he established Jack Kallis Scholarship Foundation, which identifies talented cricketers from disadvantaged backgrounds and provides them with educational opportunities at top schools. Many recipients have gone on to professional careers. Jack Kallis' legacy as a cricketer of extraordinary talent, exemplary sportsmanship, and commitment to developing future stars embodies many of the qualities that the city celebrates and aspires to foster in its citizens. The city of Cape Town is proud to confer civic honors on Jack Kallis.
Thank you, Mr. City Manager. As we heard, Mr. Kallis is not available to attend the ceremony today, but he will therefore sign the book and receive his award at a later date. Mr. City Manager, please proceed to read the commendation for the second recipient, Oliver Hermanus.
Oliver Hermanus is a film director and a writer who has risen to become one of South Africa's most acclaimed and internationally recognized filmmakers. Through his distinctive cinematic vision, he has brought Cape Town and South African stories to global audience while addressing complex social issues with nuance and artistic integrity. Born in Cape Town in 1983, Hermanus obtained a Bachelor of Arts degree in Film, Media and Visual Studies from the University of Cape Town before receiving a scholarship to attend the London Film School. This educational journey prepared him to return to his roots and create work that examines the complexity of South African society with both an insider intimacy and thoughtful global perspective. Hermanus' debut feature film, Shirley Adams, 2009, set in Mitchell's Plain, tells the story of a mother caring for her paralyzed son in challenging circumstances and established Hermanus as a significant new voice in cinema. His second feature, Schoon 8 Beauty 2011, became the first African film to be selected for the Cannes Film Festival, where he won the Queen Palm Award. Further film works include acclaimed The Endless River in 2015 and Murphy in 2019. His 2025 film, The History of Sound, was selected for participation in the main competition at the 2025 Cannes Film Festival. Hermanus is only the second South African director to vie for the Palm d'Or Prize. Throughout his career, Hermanus has maintained deep connection to Cape Town, frequently setting films in the Western Cape and collaborating with local talent. His work stands as testament to the city's complex social fabric and rich cultural diversity, presenting authentic stories that might otherwise remain untold. Oliver Hermanus' significant contribution to cinema has unflinching examination of South African society, and his commitment to bring Cape Town stories to the world stage make him highly deserving of civic honors.
Thank you, Mr. Hermanus. You may now come forward to sign the Civic Honors book and receive the award. Mr. Martin, okay. Mr. Marnish, you may now address the meeting if you wish to. No, all right, that's fine. Mr. City Manager, are you still signing? City Manager, you may now proceed to read the commendation for the third Civic Honours Award.
The third Civic Honours Award is Themba Bavuma. Themba Bavuma has risen from humble beginnings in Langa, Cape Town, to become one of South Africa's most significant cricket figures and an inspirational symbol of transformation and excellence in sport. Born on 17th May 1990 and having grown up in Langa, a Cape Town township with a rich cricket history, Themba Bavuma's journey represents a story of determination, skill, and breaking barriers. He would go on to become the first Black African batsman to score a Test century for South Africa and later the first Black African to captain the national cricket team. Bavuma was made his Test debut in 2014 against the West Indies. However, it was his maiden Test century against England in Cape Town in 2016 that cemented his place in cricket history and the hearts of fans. This was a powerful symbolic moment in cricket and a significant milestone in South Africa's sporting transformation. In January 2021, Bavuma's outstanding leadership qualities were recognized when he was appointed as South African Limited Overs captain, making him the first Black African player to permanently captain a South African national cricket team. Later in February 2023, he was appointed Test captain too, completing his rise to leadership across all formats of the game. Under his captaincy, South Africa has achieved notable successes, including a historic series win against India as well as victory in the final of the ICC World Test Championship in 2025. Bavuma's contribution to cricket transcends his impressive match statistics. He is a trailblazer for the game and a proof to young cricketers from township across Cape Town and South Africa that the highest level of sport are attainable regardless of your background. Themba Bavuma's journey from the streets of Langa to international cricket captain embodies the transformative power of sport and makes him an outstanding candidate for Cape Town's Civic Honours.
Thank you. Mr. Themba Bavuma was unable to personally attend, but his brother Paulo Bavuma is here to accept the award on his behalf. Councillors, please behave. Mr. Babuga, do you want to address council at all on behalf of your brother? No? All right, thank you. City Manager, you may now proceed to read the recommendation for
Madam Speaker, could you please
the
just give
final
me a
Civic Honours
minute?
Award. to
Madam
Tony
Speaker,
Leon.
could you
No,
give us a
in a
minute?
process.
You
Sorry.
need to leave, and so I need the
May
time
leave
to
if you need
leave.
to
We
leave.
will leave because we
Thank
cannot
you.
sit here and
We will just wait for the chamber to settle down. Councillors, please settle down. Councillors, please. We still quorate, we proceed. Mr. City Manager, you may read the recommendation for the commendation for the final recipient, which is Mr. Tony Leon.
The fourth
Can you
recipient.
close the doors at the back, sorry, to keep the volume down? Thank you, proceed.
The fourth recipient is Tony Leon. Tony Leon has made an indelible mark on South Africa's democratic landscape as a politician, diplomat, author, a public intellectual, whose principled leadership and commitment to constitutional values have influenced the nation's political discourse and development for decades. Anthony James Leon was born in Durban on the 15th of December 1956. He studied law at the University of Witwatersrand, where he was the president of the Law Student Council and deputy president of the Student Representative Council. These early leadership roles foreshadowed a political career characterized by principled opposition and vigorous defense of constitutional democracy. Leon became a leader of the opposition in 1999 and moved to Cape Town. He led the Democratic Alliance from its inception in 2000 until his retirement from leadership in 2007. Prior to that, he led the Democratic Party from 1994. He is South Africa's longest-serving leader of the opposition since the advent of democracy in 1994. Leon's contribution extends beyond political career. After stepping down as party leader, he served as a South African ambassador to Argentina, Uruguay, and Paraguay from 2009 to 2012, representing the country with distinction on the international stage. His appointment by an ANC government demonstrated his reputation for integrity that transcends party lines. Leon has remained an influential voice in public life as he continues to advocate for constitutional values, the rule of law, and effective governance. His analysis is valued across political spectrum, and in 2025, he played a key role in the negotiations for the formation of the South African's first government of national unity. Tony Leon's commitment to building and strengthening South Africa's democratic institutions, his principled leadership during a critical period in the nation's development, and his ongoing contribution to public discourse make him highly deserving of Cape Town's civic honors.
Thank you. Mr. Leon was unable to attend today and will therefore receive his award and sign the book at a later stage. Councillors, that concludes the first segment of the Civic Honours. Before we proceed with the Mayor's Medal Awards, can the officials kindly lead the Civic Honours recipients back to their seats and behind the podium, and enable the Mayor's Medal recipients to come forward into their seats. Thank you very much. We will just wait for the Mayor's Medal recipients to take their seats. And then we will have a music item from the Gugulethu tenors. Let them first seat. Councillors, please. Councillors, Assistant Councillor Dedezani. Thank you. I now call on the Gugulethu tenors to come forward. All right, when you're ready, you may proceed. Councillors, please be respectful.
Together.
Thank you very much. We will proceed to item 7 on the agenda, and that is the award of the Mayor's Medals. The medal is conferred on any person, association, or group of persons that has rendered meritorious voluntary community service involving a high degree of dedication and sacrifice, which is of lasting benefit to the residents of Cape Town. This award is conferred upon a number of recipients today, and I call on the City Manager to proceed and recognize the first recipient of the Mayor's Medal.
Thank you, Speaker. In this category of recreation and sport, we recognize Babala Lwacha, who has broken barriers and blazed trails as one of South Africa's most accomplished female rugby players, becoming a powerful symbol of excellence and an inspiration of young women across Cape Town and beyond. Born in Khayelitsha in 1994, Lwacha's journey to international rugby stardom has been remarkable. Growing up in one of Cape Town's largest townships, she first encountered rugby as a teenager at Heathfield High School, where her natural athleticism and determination quickly became apparent. Despite significant socio-economic obstacles and gender stereotypes, she pursued the sport with unwavering dedication. In 2020, Lwacha made history as the first African woman to become a professional rugby player when she signed with Spanish club SD Eibar Femenino. The groundbreaking achievement represented not only her personal triumph, but also opened doors for women's rugby across the continent. Her Spanish stint was followed by a contract with English Premier side Harlequins, where she soon became an integral part of a powerful Queen's pack. As captain of the Springboks women's team, she has led with distinction on the international stage, competing in the Rugby World Cup and numerous test matches. She continues to give back to her community through regular coaching at primary schools and assistance with talent sporting. Thank you.
Please step forward. City Manager, you may proceed with the next recipient.
In the category of cultural affairs, Basil Apollis is a multi-award winning actor, director, producer, and writer with over 200 productions to his name since 1984 across stage, television, film, and music. A graduate of UCT, where he obtained a performance diploma in speech and drama. The British Theatre Association, where he completed a director's course, and also the Maurice Binger Film Institute. Basil has left an indelible mark on South African theatre. He has directed iconic productions, including Capture Stories, Brother Love, This Is My Life, and his work has earned him prestigious accolades, including the Ghana, Fleo, Ducap, and Fiesta Awards, as well as various SAFTA nominations. Apollis stands beyond the stage, having co-authored and acted in My Word, redesigning Buckingham Palace at the Baxter Theatre, as well as internationally. He also contributed to a to television as writer, director, and actor in primetime satire and sitcoms such as Madam and Eve, as well as directing the documentary Karin Kortje, Idol of Note. In recent years, Basil has continued his impactful work with productions like Krotoa, Eva van de Kaap, and Dance van de Lagumas, providing enduring influence in both drama and dance. I present
Mr. Thomas. Mr. City Manager, you may proceed with the third recipient.
In the category of recreation and sport, Bernard Dancing Shoes Hart was a South African football legend whose dazzling skills and resilience against apartheid-era restriction left an enduring legacy. Born in Marabastad, Pretoria, Hart's mixed heritage classified him as colored under the racial policies of the time, shaping his life and career. At age 14, he helped establish Mamelodi Sundowns with schoolboy friends and signed his first professional contract at 15. Apartheid laws limited his opportunities, barring him from the whites-only National Football League. Joining Orlando Pirates in 1967, he thrived in the non-racial club, scoring 7 goals on debut. However, apartheid laws forced him out of the reclassified Bantu-only National Professional Soccer League, pushing him to the Federation Professional League for colored and Indian players. It was at this time that he moved to Cape Town, joining Cape Town Spurs, where his brilliance shone as a player coach with a phenomenal goal-scoring record. Here he was recognized with the South African Sportsman of the Year award. In 1974, he signed with the Tampa Bay Roadies in the USA before returning to South Africa, where he played for Hellenic, and also coached teams like Mother City FC and Western Province United. He received accolades from the Western Cape government, the Confederation of African Football, and the Cape Town City Football Club. He passed away in 2024 at the age of 73 and was widely lauded as one of the South Africa's greatest football stars.
Councillors, this medal is awarded posthumously, and unfortunately no recipient was available today to attend and accept the award, and we will make arrangements for the collection of it thereafter. So, City Manager, you may proceed to recognize the fourth recipient.
In the category, this recipient is in the category of economic affairs. Professor Brian Cantor has made extraordinary contribution to South Africa's economic development, academic excellence, and public discourse through his distinguished career as an economist, educator, and public intellectual. He has maintained a lifelong connections to Cape Town while achieving international recognition for his economic insights. As professor of economics at the University of Cape Town, he shaped generations of South African business leaders, policymakers, and academics through his rigorous teaching and mentorship. What distinguishes him in his remarkable ability is his remarkable ability to bridge academic economics and practical application. As chief economist and strategist at Investec, he translated complex economic principles into actionable intelligence that guided investment decisions and business strategies, creating substantial economic value. His economic analysis, published regularly in leading business publications, have provided issues facing South Africa's economy. And his book, How to Think About how to think and reason in microeconomics has become an essential source for anyone seeking to understand South Africa's economic challenges. As a public intellectual, he has enriched South Africa's civic discourse through thoughtful contribution on economic and social issues. His ability to communicate economic concepts effectively has made him a valuable voice in discussions about the country's economic future. Through his dual roles in academia and investment sector, he has demonstrated how economic theory can inform practical decision-making to address real-world challenges.
Professor Campbell. City Manager, you may proceed with the fifth recipient.
This is the category of community affairs. Professor Brian O'Connell is remembered and honored for his visionary leadership at the University of Western Cape and the crucial role he played in strengthening the university at a time of great uncertainty. As the Rector and Vice Chancellor of the University of Western Cape from 2001 to 2014, he is recognized for his efforts in setting the university on an upward trajectory during a period when many predicted the end of the historic institution. He sought to maintain the university's independence and autonomy while also enhancing his academic standing in Africa and the world. Through key infrastructure projects and decisive institutional leadership, he made university in the public domain and reignited its place as a leading university on the global stage. He was a visionary and transformative leader and was well known for his passionate and ongoing commitment to social justice and building hope for future generations. Throughout his career, he was engaged not only with the University of Western communities at large across Cape Town. The city of Cape Town is indebted to him and his family for the leadership he displayed throughout his tenure at the University of Western Cape, work which continues to inspire future generations.
Thank you. This medal is awarded to Professor O'Connell posthumously, and Professor O'Connell's son, Brian, will therefore receive the award on his behalf. Thank you, City Manager. You may proceed with the sixth award.
This is in the category of cultural affairs. Dennis Newman is one of the Cape Town's most accomplished and versatile performing artists whose 4 decades of theater and TV career has enriched the city's cultural landscape while breaking barriers and creating opportunities for others to follow. She grew up in Athlone, Cape Town, graduated from Athlone High School in 1972 before completing his post-matric learnership in the United States. After returning to South Africa, she found a job at the housing office in Hanover Park. This is where she discovered the Space Theatre, the only theater in the country at the time to have mixed cast and audience without a permit. Newman swept the floors and did the actors' laundry before becoming a stage manager in 1979. Her first major acting role was in Political Joke, directed by Jean Naidu and written by Peter Snyder. She made her film debut in 1982 in City Lovers and in 1985 Weeks in Paradise. Since then, she has moved fluidly between stage and screen, delivering memorable performances in landmark South African films, including Shelley Adams' Material, and the international acclaimed Four Corners. TV viewers will also know her as Bridget October in the soap opera Said Oster and Dalian in Mentjies in Siavedila. For her exceptional contribution to Cape Town's performing arts over decades, Denise is highly deserving of Mayor's Medal.
Ms. Friedman. City Manager.
Again, it's in the category of cultural affairs. Singer, actor, and producer Imo has risen from humble beginning in Mitchell's Plain to become one of the Cape Town's most beloved entertainers and cultural ambassadors. Born in 1978 and growing up in a musical family, his exceptional singing talent was evident from a young age. At just 9 years old, he was discovered by renowned David Kramer and Talib Peterson, who cast him as the homeless child in Bruchi, in District 6, the musical. He would spend his teenage years singing in Cape Malay choirs and performing in festivals. And in 1996, he and his brother formed a 5-member boy band called Jack, which performed in the country. In 2001, he would again star in District 6, the musical, this time playing the role of the glamorous drag queen. He also starred in stage production Cat and the Kings, which toured extensively in Germany. In 2007, he released his debut album, Tall, Dark, and Africans. His extensive television work includes a lead role in the Cape Alibaba, as well as frequent appearances on shows like Noord vir Noord and Lil. Also hosted his own show, Yo Show Met Imo, as well as the talent scouting competition Mark May Famous. Adam's impressive and multifaceted career 3 decades makes him an icon in the Cape Town and South African, and therefore deserves.
Thank you, City Manager. Next one.
Colleagues, I must just tell you that Emo asked me whether I'm going to knight him like David Beckham using this mace. No, that's not going to happen.
This is the category of conservation. For over 3 decades, Friends of the Lisbeth has demonstrated exceptional commitment to environment conservation, transforming one of Cape Town's most historical significant waterways from a degraded urban stream into a thriving ecological corridor. Since their founding in 1991, the organization has evolved from conducting simple river walks and cleanups to becoming an influential force in urban conservation. What distinguishes the Friends of the Lisbeth is their remarkable ability to balance independent advocacy with collaborative governance, creating a unique and effective partnership with the City of Cape Town while maintaining their integrity as citizen conservationists. The maintenance project stands as their crowning achievement, a large-scale rehabilitation initiative that has successfully vegetation, improve water quality, and reintroduce diverse wildlife to the river ecosystem. These environmental gains have been accomplished while simultaneously creating valuable skills development opportunities for local community. Beyond physical restoration work, the Friends of Lisbeth has fundamentally changed how Capetonians relate to urban waterways. Through educational programs, guided walks, and regular volunteer events, they have cultivated a community of environmentally conscious citizens who understand the value of preserving natural spaces within the urban landscape. Friends of Lisbeth embodies the spirit of conservation that the Mayor's Medal seeks to honor: passionate dedication, proven impact, and creating an environmental legacy that will benefit Cape Town for generations to come.
Thank you. Mr. Nicholas Ford, I still accept the award. City Manager, you can do the next recipient.
This category is of recreation and sport. Hamilton Sea Point Rugby Football Club, affectionately known as Hammies, is South Africa's oldest rugby club. Founded on 14 March 1875 in Cape Town. Initially playing both association football and rugby, Hamilton's adopted rugby exclusively from 1878, firmly rooting itself in the coast's early local development. Based at Greenpoint Common since its founding, the club has long stood as a central figure in Cape Town's passionate sport. In its early years, Hamilton's played matches against prominent local teams, including Villagers, and helped lay foundation for organized rugby in the Western Cape and South Africa. A pivotal moment in the club's history came in 1910, when they merged with Sea Point Rugby Football Club. From this union emerged Hamilton Sea Point Rugby Football Club, strengthening its presence in Cape Town's rugby scene. By 1940, identity was cemented with adoption of its distinctive red, black, and yellow hooped jersey. The club delivered many provincial and international players, amongst the former Springbok captain Benny Osler, the legendary Springbok lock Jan Pickard, and fly-half Jerry Grant. Throughout its history, Hamilton's has been associated with both tradition and innovation, reflecting a proud legacy that spans generations. Celebrating 150 years of existence in 2025, Hammies remains a symbol of sporting excellence and heritage through its deep roots, its strong community presence, and its immense contribution to development of rugby in South Africa. They therefore deserve the Mayor's
Mr.
Medal.
Michael Reynolds. Manager. The next recipient.
The next category is in the area of conservation. Dr. John Parker. Dr. Parker has been the driving force behind the transformation of the Upper Lisbon River Garden from a neglected, overgrown area into a thriving urban green space. As a volunteer coordinator since the project's inception in 2004, Dr. Parker has demonstrated unwavering commitment to environmental rehabilitation, community engagement. Her leadership on the project exemplifies the impact of dedicated volunteerism in urban conservation. The ULRG, once a dumping ground plagued by crime, has been revitalized under Dr. Parker's guidance. Her efforts began with organizing local residents to clear invasive vegetation and restore the natural landscape. Through persistent fundraising and community involvement, she facilitated the employment of dedicated staff, including a gardener and a horticulturalist, to maintain and enhance the garden. Dr. Parker's vision extended beyond environmental restoration. She aimed to create a safe, accessible space for the community to connect with nature. Her work has not only improved local biodiversity, but also fostered a sense of communal pride and stewardship. The garden now serves as a model of urban ecological projects, inspiring similar initiatives along the Lisbon River. Dr. Parker's enduring dedication to the ULRG embodies the spirit of the Merrill Medal for conservation. Her work has not only transformed a physical space, but also galvanized a community towards environmental consciousness and action. She therefore deserves.
Thank you. Dr. Parker is unable to be here to right to come and accept the award on her behalf. Thank you, City Manager.
This category also falls under cultural affairs. Louis Heinemann has dedicated his life to the advancement of music, arts, journalism in Cape Town and beyond. With degrees in music and journalism from the University of Stellenbosch and postgraduate scholarship to the prestigious University of Columbia, Missouri, Heinemann's career has been marked by excellence in both artistic and academic realms. Following his early work as a music and art journalist at Die Burger, he became the deputy editor of Die Kat magazine in 1987. In 1991, he was appointed the director of the Oudemierste Foundation for the Performing Arts, where under his guidance, more than 30 recordings of prominent South African composers and performers have been published. Since 2000, he served as the chief executive of the Cape Town Philharmonic Orchestra, transforming it to the leading and most active orchestra in South Africa, with performance across diverse venues, from elite concert halls to underserved communities such as and Kailicha. His stewardship has ensured that the CPO serves not only as a beacon of artistic excellence, but also as a vehicle for education and community uplifting. He has overseen initiatives that support music, education, providing instruments, training, and mentorship to young musicians, many from economically marginalized backgrounds. He prepares to retire after 25 years in December 2025. He leaves behind a legacy of cultural enrichment, social impact, and artistic excellence. He therefore deserves the Mayor's Award.
Mr. Hamlin.
Also, this category falls under cultural affairs. Born in 1948 in Langa, Sylvia Ncediwe Mdunyelwa, affectionately known as Mama Cap, stands as a monumental figure in South African jazz whose immense contribution to music and community development spans decades. Beginning her illustrious career in the 1970s with the legendary jazz bassist Victor Ntoni's sextet, she has performed alongside Cape Town's most renowned musicians, including Ngokana Brothers, Winston Mankunku, and Metro Baru. Mdunyelwa's dedication extends beyond performance to nurturing young talent. In 1990, she led aspiring musicians to the International Children's Jazz Festival in Canada, demonstrating her commitment to cultural exchange and youth development. Her academics pursuit at the University of California for further enhance her musical and theoretical expertise. Mdunyelwa's international recognition includes performances at the prestigious Berlin Festival in 1994 and participation in cultural exchange program in Bogota, Colombia in 1997. Her recording achievements include her African Diva in 1998, her highly acclaimed Blue Note studio debut Ingoma in 2000. Her influence extends to broadcasting as the presenter of The Voice of Jazz in P4 and throughout her board membership with the Golden Guchup Lifetime Achievement Award presented to her in 2013 acknowledges her significant contribution to community work in Cape Town. Mdunyelwa dedicated her life to elevating South African jazz to the global stage while simultaneously investing in her community's cultural future. She passed away on 25 August 2023 at the age of 74.
Thank
She
you. This
deserved
award is made posthumously, and can Mr. Temba come forward and accept the award on her behalf? City Manager.
This is in the category of the Haven Night Shelter has been a beacon of hope and dignity for Cape Town's homeless community for over 40 years, providing far more than just overnight accommodation. Since its establishment in 1978, it has evolved into a holistic organization that offers pathways out of homelessness through social welfare services and skills development programs. What began as a single shelter in Napier Street, Cape Town, has grown into a network of 15 shelters across the West, 7 facilities in the Cape Town metropolitan area, providing services to many of Cape Town's homeless residents. The Haven's mission extends far beyond providing essential services. It aims to reintegrate clients into society by addressing the root causes of homelessness. The Haven operates on a holistic model that begins with meeting immediate needs, shelter, food, clothing, ablution facilities before progressing to social welfare services that help clients rebuild their lives. Professional social workers at each facility conduct assessments and develop individual development plans for clients, connecting them with appropriate support services, including substance abuse rehabilitation, mental health care, family reunification, and assistance with obtaining identification document and social grants. The Haven works closely with the City of Cape Town, provincial government departments, and numerous corporate and individual donors to fulfill its work represent the best of Cape Town's spirit of community care and social responsibility, and they therefore deserve Mayor's Award.
Now, City Manager.
This is a category for extraordinary bravery. The Mountain Club of South Africa has provided long-standing voluntary service to the people of Cape Town through its highly skilled research and rescue team for more than 130 years. With roots dating back to the club's founding in 1891. The club has always placed public safety at the heart of its mission. The club's Cape Town section comprises of approximately 70 trained volunteers who respond to emergencies in remote, mountainous, and wilderness areas, often under extreme conditions where lives are at stake. The Cape Town Search and Rescue Team maintains expertise in technical rope rescue, wilderness medicine, helicopter operations, and high-angle environments. The team trains rigorously year-round and works in close coordination with agencies such as South African Air Force, Metro Emergency Medical Services, the South African Police Services, and other rescue partners. Their services are provided entirely free of charge, demonstrating extraordinary civic commitment. Recognized nationally as part of the Department of Transport Aeronautical Rescue Coordination Center, the Cape Town team regularly leads or supports rescue efforts involving lost, injured, deceased individuals in hard-to-reach areas. Their actions reflect not only bravery, but also professionalism, selflessness, and high standards of volunteerism. The club plays a critical role in saving lives and ensuring public safety in some of Cape Town's most challenging environments, embodying the highest ideals of selflessness, community service. They therefore deserve the Mayor's Award.
Mr. Brent Russell. City Manager.
This category is for social affairs and services. Founded in 1935 during Great Depression, the service dining rooms this year celebrates its 90th year of continuous service to Cape Town's most vulnerable residents by providing nutritious cooked meals from its premises in Canterbury Street. It stands apart from traditional soup kitchens by offering balanced, plated midday meals, essential ablution facilities, and crisis referrals to partner NGOs. Its core activities focus on poverty relief and services to those in distress, work that has remained remarkably consistent and relevant across almost a century of political, social, and economic change. Currently, it serves approximately 300 meals each weekday to people who came to its door, while also preparing meals and food parcels for off-site beneficiaries such as Musadi Gives Back, Solomon's Heaven, Youth Solutions, and others. Despite the challenges presented by COVID-19 pandemic, they adapted quickly, shifting from its sit-down service to safe takeaways distribution without disrupting its support to the community. Managed by a small team of 5 staff members and an operation manager with oversight from 5-member volunteer board, they exemplifies financial prudence and operational resilience. It relies on a mix of food donations and purchased staples and receives strong backing from enthusiastic volunteers, including learners, retirees, students, and international visitors who support meal preparations, distribution, and logistics. The service dining rooms has shown unwavering commitment and extraordinary longevity and has a vital daily impact on lives of Cape Town's most vulnerable and therefore deserve the mayor's award.
Can Mr. Zico Klaas come forward?
This category falls under conservation. Celebrating its 30th anniversary in 2025, the Two Oceans Aquarium stands as a beacon of marine conservation excellence in Cape Town, having evolved far beyond its original conception as a tourist attraction. The aquarium has welcomed over 10 million visitors in its 3 decades of operation. However, its biggest impact has been as a leader in marine research, conservation, rehabilitation, and environmental advocacy. The aquarium's sea turtle rehabilitation program stands out as one of the most significant contributions. Since its inception, this initiative has successfully rehabilitated and released hundreds of endangered sea turtles found stranded or injured along Cape Town's coastline. Through its education department, the aquarium reaches over 75,000 students annually through structured learning programs as well as outreach programs that specifically target underserved schools in Cape Town's townships. In 2018, the Two Oceans Aquarium Foundation was established, formalizing the institution's non-profit conservation work. The foundation has since pioneered marine education through its marine science curriculum in schools and the innovative Ocean Campus launched in 2024. The aquarium continues to engage the public through its diverse exhibits, showcasing South Africa's rich marine biodiversity, from the kelp forest to the Save Our Seas Foundation Shark exhibit. Through 3 decades of unwavering dedication to marine conservation, education, and research, the Two Ocean Aquarium has not only created an exceptional facilities for public engagement, but has actively contributed to protecting Cape Town's precious marine ecosystem for future generations. They therefore deserve the Mayor's Award.
Mr. Michael Carter. Mr. City Manager, proceed.
This category is in the social affairs and services. Victor Pick is a name long forgotten in the annals of South African medical history. Pick was intricately involved in the research and experimental aspects of the cardiothoracic surgical work done at the University of Cape Town by Professor Christian Barnard. Work that would contribute immensely to the world's first successful heart transplant in 1967 at the neighboring Groote Hospital. Having started as a general cleaner at UCT in the 1940s, Pick became a laboratory assistant in the early 1950s. When Barnard returned to UCT from America in 1958, the senior assistant in the laboratory was a man affectionately known as Big Vic. One of the first projects Pick was involved in, under the guidance of Barnard, was to assemble the first heart-lung machine brought to Africa. This was the beginning of an open-heart surgical program at UCT that would go on to save thousands of lives in the decades that followed. By 1962, Pick was managing the research laboratory team. It was this team's job to ensure the laboratory was ready before the experimental work could be done, and he often assisted with animal organ transplants. When Pick died in 1969, he was just 36 years old. He had worked in the research laboratory for half his life. Pick has never been recognized for his contribution towards one of the seminal moments in global medical history and one of the most significant historical achievements in the South African history. He therefore deserves the Mayor's.
This award is made posthumously and we ask Ms. Beverly Pick to come forth. City Manager, you may proceed to recognize the final recipient.
This is a category of community affairs. Wendy Ackerman is one of the Cape Town's most significant philanthropists and business leaders as non-executive director of Pick n Pay Holdings, whose contributions have transformed numerous lives and institutions across the city. Her commitment to community service began during her university years when she taught English to Black students at night schools and later at the English Academy in Soweto. This would evolve into establishing the Ackerman Family Educational Trust Fund, which provides tertiary education bursaries, and her oversight of the Pick n Pay bursary fund supporting employees' children. Mrs. Ackerman's pioneering spirit is evident in her advocacy for women in the workplace. In the 1970s, when many corporations were reluctant to promote women to senior positions, She championed recognition of women as a career-oriented employees at Pick n Pay, setting a progressive standard for corporate South Africa. She would go on to establish company-assisted housing schemes for staff in black and colored communities, such as Wendyville in Soweto, and she awareness programs throughout the Pick n Pay group. She has been acknowledged by the South African Nature Foundation and WWF as a diamond custodian of Table Mountain, and her cultural contribution include personal support for talented musicians and significant involvement with the Cape Town Philharmonic Orchestra. Through her unwavering commitment to education, healthcare, environmental conservation, and the arts, Mrs. Ackerman's lifetime of service exemplifies the values we celebrate with the Mayor's Medal for Community Affairs.
Mrs. Ackerman. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the last award. But before we conclude the meeting, I again call on the tenors to come here forward, please, and render us the national anthem. Please stand if you can for the national anthem. I can ask the recipients of the Mayor's Medal to please just stand for a photo opportunity with the Mayor and the City Manager. The councillors may be seated, please. Councillors, settle down. Are we going to add the first two recipients as well? Okay, I now call on the ushers to please help the recipients back to their seats. Councillors, please remain seated. Councillors, please. Councillors. right, councillors. Okay, councillors, please remain seated while we allow the speaker's entourage, all recipients and their guests in the gallery to be led to the banqueting hall on the 5th floor for lunch before the councillors proceed downstairs. That concludes this special civic honours meeting. Thank you.
Eddie.